As a child, you would wait and watch from far away.
But hey everyone, welcome back to another episode or Heroes Lounge of the podcast. To my YouTube viewers that are watching this in episode form or video form, this is the first time we are going to be doing it live, and this is also probably the first time where I'm doing it alone because I had planned this like literally last minute. I wonder if you guys have heard of this, but why am I thinking of Warner Brothers? Fox or like some movie studio company decided to make a new Alien game that I'm quite excited for. It looks cool and interesting to play. I saw the trailer. It gives off a very good it gives off a very good scary like suspense claustrophobic type of atmosphere, and I really like that, and I'm really excited for it. IGN put out the gameplay because they're playing with the devs or the producers, and I'm getting a phone call. Spam risk. I don't care. You don't call me if I'm in the middle of a podcast. No, that's not how podcasts work. You call after I do podcast stuff. But anyway, it's called Aliens Fire Teams. So essentially, from what the trailer and what the gameplay looks like, it's pretty much just you guys remember the video game Predator Hunting Grounds? You're like a group of mercenaries doing some missions or tasks or whatever, and you have to try to do those while surviving from like the Predator, and then exfil out of there and try not to die by the Predator. So it's kind of like that, but like more claustrophobic, and instead of 4 like soldiers, there's 3, which I'm kind of. This is a bit nitpicky, but I'm kind of disappointed that you can only do like 3 people instead of 4 in Alien Fire Teams, because I feel like it'd be more suited to do that than have 3 people to play it. Where are you? I'll find her. But I'm still gonna enjoy the game because the gameplay looks really promising. Because the game developer said that there's over 20 types of aliens you'll encounter in that game. And so far, the demo or the gameplay, they only showed like 4 or 5 of them. Like one's the Queen, obviously. You got the regular ones, and this one we've never seen in a movie before. It's called like not a chest burster. It's like I forgot what they called it, but basically it's this giant. It's just this kind of chunky, bulky alien. But has like green, it's like green and has like light green lines all over it. And as soon as you kill it, it like emits like it bursts out acid after you kill it. So essentially, when you try to kill that kind of alien in the game, you do not want to stand near it. Otherwise, you're gonna get damage dealt on you with the acid. I don't know how the acid part's gonna work, because if you guys remember in the movies we've only had movies. We never had a TV show yet. But in the movies, the acid will go through like anything. So I wonder if it will be like, if you get hit by the acid, will it be like a lasting effect type of deal, or will it just deal damage if you like sit in there or stand on it? Or if you get hit by it, it will only deal damage and then that's it, like any other like melee attacks or bullet attacks. And apparently that game's gonna have like different maps, and I'm quite curious on what kind of maps they're gonna do, cause the Alien franchise, the movie area at least, they had a few different areas, but some were like open world-ish, but well, like a quarter was open world, like from the Prometheus stuff. I'm kind of quite curious on how they're gonna make the map designs unique and like each of them special and have their own type of thing. I'm quite curious on how they're gonna do that. Because they're probably gonna have a few rooms that are gonna look the same, like the break room area. Because the break room feels the same in all the movies, so they're probably gonna keep that the same. Or just like a giant table circle with chairs around it. Have like packets of food or bottled water laying around. That's probably gonna feel the same. They'll probably have one area of that, obviously. Also, thing I noticed is like there's different type of guns. Or I think this game's gonna have different type of classes. I mean, because one guy has like a shotgun, one has like another guy has like a light machine gun type of thing, and another one has an assault rifle. So I'm quite curious if this is gonna play out like the Predator Hunting Grounds, where you have your own class. I think when the game comes out and this game looks like it's gonna do successful because looking at the like to dislike in the comments, a lot of people are liking it and are promised about this game. So I'm pretty sure this game's gonna do well. So I think a few months after the game's released, they'll probably add skins. Like they'll probably add the Ripley skin, the Yutani skins. They may even do like some skins from the Alien vs Predator movies. Who knows? I would be surprised if they add some of the skins from Alien Isolation, like Ripley's daughter. What's her name? Amanda, if I remember. I think her name's Amanda. But I definitely know that this game's gonna add skins to their, or at least I know this game's gonna add skins to the game, because you can just tell. Because if your game's successful and you want to make more money off of it, and as well as keep the fan base happy, especially if you're based off a movie franchise, you know you have to add like movie type of characters and other franchise type of characters. Now, the Pred Alien, if they add that into the game, I have low expectations for that, because the Pred Alien is obviously a predator, an alien that chest bursted out of a predator, and I don't think the Predator is gonna do anything in this game, so I doubt they're gonna add a Pred Alien. Now, this game also, the game developer said that some missions are gonna be based off a campaign-ish, so I guess if you do certain missions, it's part of the campaign, but some are based off just like online having fun. And that's something else that they mentioned about the online. You don't have to play with like strangers or friends. You can play alone and just have bots helping you. And I think that's how I'm gonna be playing it, because I rarely play games with friends. Even right now, like as soon as 2021 started, I promised I'd play more friends. I've been playing a little bit more, but not as much as I'd like, because my friends are obviously busy in school and work and all that other stuff, so they don't have time to like be on the PS4 as much, or at least when I'm on the PS4, they're not usually online because they're busy with work and school and all that. So I'm usually just playing alone, vibing, playing with the bots, having them be my meat shield for games, so I don't die. Oh, and here's my other dog. Hello there. You get Pat too. Pat, 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 pat. Oh, I'm not used to talking this loud or that much because my throat hurts for some reason. But the alien, stop saying Alien Isolation. This is not a campaign. This is an online game. But Alien Fireteams does look promising. I want to get it. Will I get on the first day of its release? Probably not. I'm probably gonna wait till it goes on discount or I get more money for it. But I'm really excited for Alien Fireteams. It looks so promising. It looks so fun to play with friends. Bless you. It looks promising to play with friends. It looks best to play with friends to just like joke around and have fun and just shoot as many aliens as you can, so you can get the most alien kills in the game with your friends. Really excited. Can't wait for it to come out. It's supposed to come out this year, which is actually pretty neat. And this is something I really love that the games are doing right now. Because back then when games were being made and announced, they would announce them 4 years before they came out. Like, I always hated that because that's when they start the hype, and then we have to wait 4 years for that game to come out. But as to now, they're not doing that anymore. Like, they'll make the announcement as well as the trailer and gameplay for the game, like 3 or 2 months before the game comes out. So like, Alien Fireteams, like it was announced like 2 months ago. They released a trailer for it. Now we get a gameplay, and it's supposed to come out this year. We only have to wait a couple months for the game to come out, which I really love. I really love that instead of making us wait 4 years for the game, and us usually forgetting, they're only going to go for like within a year, like movies do. It's like for the movie stuff, you'd usually wait like 1 month, or not 1 month. You'd usually wait 8 months for the movie to come out. But well, they still do it, but they're doing that for games now, which I really like. So I don't have to be waiting 4 years for a game to come out. Now I can just, when I find out about a game, I can just wait like 8 months for it to come out. If you're watching the video format of this, here's a spoiler. But basically in episode 9, we have the final fight between Wanda and Agatha, as well as Vision comes to help. Vision comes to help Wanda, obviously, but we also get White Vision. If you guys don't know who White Vision is, he was introduced in the comics back in the 70s. So they made a live-action version of the White Vision by using the Vision's dead body. White Vision appear and talk to try to persuade Wanda that he's okay and all that. It's pretty cool, because White Vision arrives. He sees Wanda and says, "Hello" or something like that. Because what does he do? I'm trying to remember. He pushes Agatha. Oh no, Wanda did that. Wanda pushed Agatha away from her kids or whatever. But White Vision arrives on the scene. He talks to Wanda, and then he does that little hand thing where they're gonna kiss, but he put both of his hands on Wanda, and he picks her up and tries to squeeze her head off. But before that actually works, the regular Vision, or at least the reality Vision that Wanda created, comes in to stop White Vision from killing Wanda. But I don't think it would have worked. I think Wanda would have been able to held her own and try to defeat the White Vision from killing her. Those two were able to stop the military with the help of Monica Rambeau, and seeing her use some of her immune abilities or her new power she got from entering the Hex was kind of cool. I'm still curious to see what other powers she has, or at least what else they're gonna do with the character, because there's so much more that you can do with her. And while she's absorbing her magic, she gets her classic Wanda costume. And can I just say that costume looks bloody cool for a modernized version of it. It's all formed by magic and stuff, and it looks really nice. The maroon and all that. I really like her costume now. And we actually get to her, and she's actually now the Scarlet Witch. Instead of calling her Wanda Maximoff or Wanda, we're gonna be calling her Scarlet Witch now, or at least I'm gonna call her that. Agatha says you'll need my help to stop whatever she created, and she says, if I do, I know where to find you, because she forced her to stay in this town to make her suffer, since she wanted to be in this town so badly to spy on Wanda. So as soon as she used her magic trick on her, she became the nosy neighbor, and she's stuck in Westview now. She's not dead, so we may get a return from her. I don't know. We'll probably have to wait and see from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. But we did get 2 post-credit scenes from the movie, or not the movie, from the show. But the show is amazing. You'll love it, Sugar. It's a good show. It's like the first 2 episodes, the first 4 episodes are very sitcom-y, but they slowly drift away from the sitcom. So it's easy to get into. But now the mid-credit scene, so as soon as they enter the movie theater, they're greeted by the person that called them over to the movie theater, and it turns out that person is a Skrull. But it's not just any Skrull. It's like it's a little kid Skrull that was in Captain Marvel, and they said that they're needed. And when Monica asks where, the Skrull points up, pointing to space. So obviously, Nick Fury and the Skrulls are needing Monica and maybe Wu. I don't know. But I'm quite curious to see what Monica's gonna be doing now, since she's gonna be going into space this time. And then the post-credit scene, pretty much, it shows like a snowy cabin where it has Wanda just making coffee, or chilling, just making coffee and doing like what a normal person would do. But when it goes into her room, it actually shows her reading the magic book and her practicing magic. So, and as she's practicing magic, her kids scream help and all that, and that gets her attention, and the scene just ends. So I am quite curious to see what's gonna happen, because obviously there's more to this. We're obviously going to be introduced to the multiverse. Deadpool's coming into the MCU now, so I'm quite curious how he's going to be entered into this. We also have the Spider-Man 3 movie, which is an aftermath to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And then Doctor Strange 2 is a tie into WandaVision, because Wanda created the multiverse when she activated her full potential. Or she at least created the multiverse to try to save her kids from whatever was happening. So I'm curious to see what they're going to play with that. I'm a little bit disappointed in this is nitpicky, but I'm kind of disappointed in the Pietro thing. So pretty much, if you don't know, the actor who plays Pietro or Quicksilver is the same actor that played Quicksilver in the Fox universe, or like the X-Men movies. And everyone thought he was the Fox Quicksilver, because he had the powers of Quicksilver. He was all speed and stuff. But as soon as we find out in this episode that he's just some normal dude that was living in the Westview, I think that got a lot of people disappointed. We're still gonna get the multiverse though, but a lot of people were disappointed in that this wasn't the Fox Quicksilver. It was just some random dude that lives there, called Ralph. And Ralph is just like a normal dude. He's not like a Marvel character or anything. At least I'm pretty sure he's not a Marvel character. But it's a bit nitpicky. It doesn't bother me about the show. I still love it. It's Marvel made a good comeback doing this. After a year of no Marvel content, they made a good comeback by doing the show and having us theorize a lot about Mephisto, even though there was no mention of Mephisto at all in this, which is kind of obvious. If there's like only one episode left and there was no mention of him at all, it's kind of obvious that we're not getting Mephisto yet. Now, people are speculating whether if this is going to have a season 2. I doubt this is going to be a season 2 type of thing. I think this is meant to be a one season only type of ordeal, so WandaVision season 2, I do not think it's happening, not even by a landslide. So I could be wrong though. There's always a chance I'm wrong. So this is the part where I might offend some people, but well, not real. Well, maybe, I don't know. Some people will, some people won't. I honestly don't know. But if you guys don't know, I'm a Texas lad. So if you guys haven't heard, down here in the good old Yeehaw state, we're going to be a guinea pig or a test subject or an experiment. At least I'm seeing it as an experiment. If it's successful, who knows? If it's failure, who knows? But pretty much, Texas is about to open its doors to everything. All businesses are going to be open. No one's going to... Wait. Okay, I haven't read much about this, but here's what I do know. We're going to... All the businesses can be open. All of them... You don't have to wear your mask. You can, if you feel like you have to, you can. No one's gonna be, okay. No one's gonna force anyone to wear a mask. No one's gonna be forcing anyone to wear a mask, except for like the restaurants and like stores, because they have the right to, obviously. So restaurants can still have you wear a mask if they want people to wear masks. But if you're walking around on the streets, you don't have to be wearing a mask in Texas. It's gonna be effective Monday or Wednesday, 1 to 2. But Mississippi is also doing this, so we're not the only ones. And obviously, because of that, we got some controversy already because of us opening our state back up to like pretending we're back to normal with the virus running around the world. I am very curious to how this is gonna work out because okay, so if you don't know much about Texas. It is almost like for political views, it's almost halfway. Because the only reason it's halfway is because Californians, New Yorkers, they want to all come to Texas because we're a cheap state. You want to know how cheap we are? You can rent an apartment or a house for $100 a month. That's how cheap we are. Ah, crud, okay, I'm sorry if I got y'all's attention to move here. But yeah, $100 to pay rent for like an apartment that's like a good apartment. It's not like some rundown like walls destroyed, windows, bad neighborhood. It's like a good decent type of apartment for just $100 a month to rent. Well, then again, it's probably expensive to some people depending on the job they work for. But Texas, it's pretty cheap, or at least to everyone else, it's cheap because pretty sure in like California, it's like $50K to pay for like a rundown apartment once a month. Can I just say, why is it so expensive over there? Jesus. But, yeah. So, obviously, for political views, it's controversial because, obviously, we have people from like, California, all them moving to Texas for, like, the rent-free. So, they're obviously not liking this place being opened up to, like, back before the virus. So, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Now... Obviously, the local the Texans that were born and raised here, they're gonna obviously not wear the mask because they don't like it. No one likes it, but we have to anyway to like try to slow the spread. And crud. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out, because either A, we just made more people infected, B, it's gonna stay the same, or C, we have less infections. So here's how I see it. This thing that opening up Texas is gonna either prove to us that quarantine was either useful or it was completely pointless and we could have survived without it. This is pretty much what this is gonna, to me, this is what it's gonna show. It either means that all these months of quarantine was either pointless or useful. And it's gonna be 1 to 2. I think here's how it's gonna go. For like the first few weeks, when this starts, people are gonna be hesitant about like the whole not wearing masks, like, because in reality, no one wants to be judged or canceled on Twitter for like the whole not wearing mask things. Because people will cancel each other over that. So no one wants to like have to deal with like the whole controversy over it. Oh, you're a nice killer. All right, I appreciate that. So, seeing as the first few weeks, everyone's gonna be hesitant about the whole mask thingy or whatever. So, and then after the first few weeks, people are probably gonna just not care and just stop wearing them. Or at least most of Texas is gonna stop wearing them. Oh, if he's out of here. Most Texans are probably gonna stop wearing them. And then the only people that are probably gonna be wearing the mask are the people that encourage the whole mask wearing thing, or that want to wear the mask. So this is these next few weeks for Texas is gonna be quite interesting, for to say the least. Because we have some people who hate the mask and are excited for it, and then you have people who are all about the mask and are worried about this. So it's kind of curious, to say the least, because obviously some people are, because this is going to be Texas is going to face a lot of, there's going to be a lot of backlash for this, and I really don't care. Okay, I'm sorry if I say this, but I really don't care. I'm just curious to see how this works, because I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know what they're going to do. Ow, stop shooting me. I want to know what's going to happen here. Because it's so curiosity. I don't know why. I just find it so curious that this is something that it's so it's so experimental, if you will, that I'm curious to see what the outcome is. Like, I want to see how people are going to react to this and see what everyone else thinks of this. Because I just I just want to know what people are going to think about this and see how this affects us. Because it goes in 2 to 3 ways, and I'm just I'm contemplating, if you will. I just can't stop thinking. Like, I'm probably being called a crazy person right now for saying this. Jesus. But yeah, Texas is about to reopen. We don't have to wear okay, well, here's how it works. How should I put this? The only places that do have to wear masks are like schools. So schools have to wear masks still. But everywhere else, like walking around the streets, going to restaurants, going to comic shops, going to stores, going to movie theaters, you don't have to wear a mask unless the business people tell you to. It's like the people that own the thing can tell you to wear one if they want to. There's probably going to be some where they don't care. Some people are going to still stick by the rules, or stick by you wearing a mask. And then some are probably going to be like that at first, and then a few weeks after they're just going to stop going by it. Okay, so it turns out the reason that I can't remember if this is the reason why Texas decided to open stuff again. But the reason was because apparently I can't. Okay, this is all I can remember. So take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt, and I literally mean a grain of salt. Don't go starting stuff. But apparently Biden lifted something about immigration rules or something, but because of that, so many immigrants are coming into Texas and a lot of them are COVID positive. So I guess apparently that's the reason why we want to open up our states, to try to stop the immigrants from coming over here that have COVID and trying to kick them back out. But I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. Remember, take it with a grain of salt. So that's the reason why Texas is opening up its thing. Mississippi, I don't know why they're doing it. Like, maybe because we're doing it. I don't know. I don't live in Mississippi, so I don't know the reason for them. But for us in Texas, I think that's one of the reasons. Oh, and can I just say that people... Okay, so if you don't know, a couple weeks ago, Texas had a power outage because of snow. And a lot of people were complaining and saying that this was a natural disaster. No, it was not a natural disaster. This is like normal stuff for like Canada and all them. If you think this is a natural disaster, then whew, you should not visit the North Pole. You should not see Santa Claus right now, because that stuff is normal over there. This is gonna be into the Heroes Lounge.